So I just want to follow up on that. You say that the choice between activism versus restraint is a false one. It's more responsibility versus abdication. There's also the balance that needs to be found between judicial, the right to fair reputation of a judge versus the right to transparency of the public to know what the judge holds, right? There is now a new move that your successor has made that all judges have to declare their assets. I know it started under you, and at the last time we met, I think you said 30 out of 35 judges have already declared their assets and put it on the website. Now he's made it mandatory for everyone. Do you feel there is a need in this country to restore full faith in the judiciary when it comes to the question of assets, when it comes to the debate that we're having about judicial reform, etc.? And how do you speak to that need?
It's important to understand that right from, I believe, 2009, there was a resolution of the full court of the Supreme Court that all judges must declare their assets. Now, as you know, all of us as citizens have to declare our assets for the purposes of income tax. And all judges are like individual citizens. Income tax pays. So when you file your returns, you necessarily have to disclose your assets, which are dealt with, in certain cases audited. Now, the resolution which was passed by the Supreme Court of India was that declaration of assets by all judges, including the Chief Justice of India, is mandatory. Whether they should be put on the website should be left to each individual judge. Because there is more to be said on both sides of the picture. Should you have judges' assets declared on a website so that just anybody can scrutinize what kind of assets which you have? Or should this be subject to some level of responsible institutional mechanisms? What is the purpose of declaring your assets? To identify whether a judge has recorded a sudden spurt in the assets during the course of the judicial career. Now, does putting that on the website necessarily pursue the aim of transparency? Or does it only give an opportunity to social media to pick up a judge and target a judge, not knowing where those assets came from? You have judges, for instance, let me share with you. You have judges who have come to the Supreme Court from the district judiciary who have been salaried employees from the first day of their joining the judiciary. On the other hand, you have lawyers who have been extremely successful, lawyers who have been recruited directly from the Supreme Court, bar, to become judges of the Supreme Court. Their asset base would be very different. Then you have people like me, who were lawyers for a while. I practiced for 20 years and then became a judge of the High Court in 2000. So there is a broad diversity within the Indian judiciary itself, in the higher judiciary. So far as the district judiciary is concerned, again, there are very stringent rules which apply across the states, which requires for a disclosure of assets. So yes, I completely understand and I support the decision which has been taken. I support the decision which was taken by my predecessors a decade ago on the declaration of assets. To what extent should you have transparency? That's a very important question, and that's a more vexed question. We shouldn't, in the name of transparency, be doing something which will prevent genuinely competent people from entering into the institution of the judiciary. And that's the one danger which we have to balance out.